Soldiers Summit at the side of Destruction Bay in Yukon territory. So this is a very short hike, but this hike is on the Alaskan highway, which was built in 1942 during World War II, when the United States was concerned about the possibility of a Japanese invasion of Alaska. So they need to construct a highway connecting the lower 48 to Alaska, so that Alaska could be supported militarily or for any other strategic purposes. So the Alaskan highway is right here. It's several thousand miles long. I forgot the exact length. But the hardest portion of the construction is really in the northern portion of British Columbia, Yukon territory, and Alaska. Particularly in Yukon territory and Alaska, because in this region the terrain is very mountainous, very rugged. At least in central South British Columbia, in between the Banff, the Canadian Rockies, and the Canadian coast, there is a big stretch of territory that is reasonably flat, level. I wouldn't say flat, reasonably easy to construct the highway. But if we look at this area, it's filled with rivers. This is a dry riverbed of the Destruction Bay, which is a massive bay. From the bay, on the edge of the bay, is the Alaskan highway right underneath. Right there is a single lane in both directions, so it's a two-lane road. In this section is pretty good, but I have driven through many sections that are still gravel or under construction. The quality of the road is severely impacted by the climate because of the winter. The permafrost underneath the highway compress and expand. It caused the so-called frost heaves, where the road, if you look closely, is like a ripple on the surface of water. And that ripple, when you drive fast, you cannot notice it. And then all of a sudden, your car just went down or go up, either way. So you have to be very, very careful, pay attention to the road condition. So that's frost heave. And of course, the frost heave also caused the pavement to buckle and crack. And the side of the shoulder of the road often split from the main road, create a lot of bad conditions, and of course a lot of potholes. So these road deteriorations are not something you can fix and then let it be good for many years. Basically, the road condition is so difficult to maintain. In the distance, there is some plane flying. I couldn't see it. They're so difficult to maintain. So as soon as the weather allows, the construction crews will go onto the road, section by section, repair the road. Sometimes only less than 100 feet. A section was severely damaged. They would have to repair that and then go back. So because of this, To drive on the Alaskan highway, it is quite common to have construction crews closing one lane and direct two-way traffic on a single lane road through a pilot car. The pilot car would drive back and forth, leading the traffic in one direction or the other, while the other lane is closed to traffic. So it is quite common to have this kind of road conditions wherever you drive on the Alaskan highway, and in fact on most of the Canadian highway system. Just look at this view. They set up a nice bench right here. You have this gorgeous view of the Destruction Bay. I don't know how this name came about, but it's a blue water, fresh water. It's pretty big. It's probably as big as Lake Tahoe. I don't know how deep it is, but because it's surrounded by glacial mountains, and these mountains would have to melt and drain into this region.